Hey guys, how you doing? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report with your MLB baseball preview and predictions for a Tuesday, July 27th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your Ruby Tuesday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are watching on a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by bullpenpicks.com. Anybody can play, anybody can join. Follow the top baseball pickers right now at bullpenpicks.com. Our new leader is Dom here. Mags at 728. Already the one-man party. R55 is at 715. And there's Maj R. Wayne at 707. And right now, those are your top three pickers right here at bullpenpicks.com. And you can follow their selections just by following the, hit the follow my picks link right there underneath their name. And you can follow their selections and get their picks for free at bullpenpicks.com. All right, let's take a look at the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. This is like my Dow Jones Industrial when I'm monitoring the market. Every morning I go in and I see exactly what's come in. So this way, I know, what goes up must come down. And for example, if you look on Sunday, look at the unders that came in on Sunday. 12-2 and 1 to the under overall, and a little bit of reversal last night, 6-3. So we, after a 5-day run on unders, we might be seeing a little bit of reversal. And anytime you get a start of a new series, that is probably the best time to bet the overs was last night. And if you did, tip my hat to you because you did a great job, and hopefully you got some winners. Now, looking at the favorites, now the favorites have won 4 of the last 5 days, and if you look at the 7-day average, we are now in a bull market for favorites. So what does that mean? For me, I will scale back a bit of my my units when I'm wagering, because what goes up must come down. Favorites can win forever, and right now they're winning at a 59.4% clip. And you look at the year to date, 58.1, and on the 1 month average, 59. So pretty much what you see is what you get. And again, 59, and my line that I monitor the favorites at for the bullish market is 57.2, and we're at 59.4. So 2 points, 2 percentage points above the my bullish meter. So again, it depends on how tolerant you are on your units, but 59.4. I would just maybe, instead of a 5-unit bet, maybe go like a 4 or 3 until we get back in the neutral market. All right, let's take a look at some of the games here on deck. Did a bit of my research this morning, so looking forward to sharing this with you guys. And again, don't forget, if you are new to the Raymond Report, I did a series of 30 tips in 30 days. We're at tip number 27 today, and it's a pretty good one, how to turn your luck around. And I think you want to check out that video today on our YouTube channel. All right, Miami Marlins taking on the Baltimore Orioles now. Spencer Watkins going to go here against Sandy Alcantara of the Miami Marlins. Alcantara 5-9 on the season, 3.23 ERA. Not a bad ERA for a team that's on a 43-57 record on the season. The Marlins 19-34, however, on the road. And looking at the line on this game, we do like the Marlins as a favorite. -142. The bookmakers have put the price tag on Miami. The over/under set at 9.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, gonna lean with the Miami Marlins. 4.6 to 3.09. The over/under at 7.77. And I had a question on the comment section. It said, how come when the cow is always high, something about it doesn't win? Or here, let me go get that comment, so this way I can answer that that question from the user here. Let me see, where me go get that comment. Where did he post that? And where is it here? Okay, how come? I'm just gonna stop this. And he says, how is the cow percentage always higher than what we expect the score to be? That's easy. That's because this is all based on the law of average theory, and it's all based on the percentage play. And the reason why it's higher is because a team like, let's say right now, 45%, that's not high. 45% is not high. That's because Miami's on a 2-game win streak. And if you look at Baltimore, they're on a 3-game win streak. So that's why the percentage play, the chances of the game winning, it's all based on the law of average theory, right? Getting back to 50%. And that's why, to answer your question, why is always higher than what we expect the score to be? It's all based on the percentage play. So hopefully I was able to answer that question in real time here in this video. It'll break a little bit of the momentum going here. But anytime we get these type of questions, I love, because then, people have questions about the Raymond Report system. And if I can answer it in real time, then it makes for more of an impact on your decision when you're handicapping your games. All right, so 4.6 to 3.09, the over/under at 7.7. Milwaukee taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, both these teams on 1 day's rest. Now, the thing with Milwaukee, 58-42 on the season, and what's impressive is that they're 29-18 on the road this season. A -123 price tag here against the Bucks. 8.5 is the over/under. ATS forecast computer pick gonna go with Milwaukee here. 5.01 to 4.5. The over/under at 9.53. Tyler Anderson going up against Brett Anderson. So we got an Anderson bowl game here today, and we'll see which Anderson comes out on top tonight at PNC Park. Washington taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. What a game last night at Citizen Bank Park. If you watched that game, Washington was in total control of that game until the last inning, bottom of the ninth, and the reliever Hand, he's not having a good year. He's not having the upper hand on the games in his bullpen closing right now. And Eric Fetty is going to start today for Washington. He's up against Matt Moore. But if you watched that game last night, it was a 6-5 final. McCutchen just cranked it out of the yard, sent everybody happy. It was one of the sayings they say, a swing and a wave, and that's what it was, a swing and a wave, and everybody went home happy, and high fives and out, and that's what happened last night. And I said earlier in the week, right, with the Max Scherzer rumblings of him being traded, that has a spiral effect in the whole team, because now the team is like, okay, we're dismantling the team, we've thrown in the towel, and misery loves company, right? So right now, anytime you're caught in that little rut, I think Washington's a good fade right now. Look at that 5-game lose streak. But looking at the price tag, 122 for Philadelphia, 3.09 for the Nationals, 4.2 to 3.09. The over/under at 7.34. 78% chance of winning here today for the Nationals. But keep in mind, anytime the team's going on a lose streak like this, I always say, 3 games on a losing streak, you can talk me in and out of it. 4, hey, hold the rope and get on the bus, because now I'm going to fade that losing streak, right? So again, 4.2 to 3.09. Atlanta taking on the New York Mets. Now the Braves losing the late cap yesterday, 1-0. So they split that series yesterday at Citi Field. And looking at today's line, there's no line yet on this game, so I'm not going to give a forecast. But if you're a member of ATS, check out the website. We will have it up once the lines do get released. Tropicana Field, you got a good one here in the American League East between the Rays and the New York Yankees. Now Tampa Bay, a 148 chalk here today. 7.5 is the total. That's a low number. And look at and it's not like the old days where you got Roger Clemens up against, say, Randy Johnson or Pedro Martinez here. It's Shane McClanahan up against Jordan Montgomery. And looking at the forecast, 5.5 to 1.56, the over-under at 7.06. And the one thing I love about Tampa Bay is they don't get too high and they don't get too low. You look at their record on the year, 60-40. 30-18 at home, meaning they have 30 wins on the road. So they're a very balanced team right now. And they picked up Cruz from Minnesota last week. Last 4 games for the Yankees have gone under the total. And you know what? Tampa Bay might get a second look from me here today. And my line on the game, -199, a little Gretzky right there, and -148. So you're getting good value if you do like Tampa Bay. St. Louis taking on the Cleveland Indians. Now the Tribe, home, almost a pick 'em price here. -112 is the price on St. Louis. Both these teams on 1 day's rest. And when I look at the record at Cleveland at home this year, 25-22 at home. Cal Quantrill going to go here for the Tribe. He's up against Adam Wainwright of the St. Louis Cardinals. They're 10-10 in his starts. Forecast low. Wow, look at that, a draw. 4.91, 4.91. The over-under at 9.82. And looking at some of the numbers, Cleveland's last 2 games have gone under the total. Now let's go to the fundamentals of the Raymond Report, and this is what I do. I go, where's the value? So I had plus 166 and I had plus 109. So the value you can see here lies with the there really is no value, because you got 2 teams that have underdog money, and Cleveland's undervalued. But really no value on either team. The percentage play, 58%. This is a coin flip. I'd have to get into the numbers inside the Rain Report and see exactly where I lean, but that's maybe a small lean with Cleveland. Toronto taking on the Boston Red Sox. Man, talk about dramatics at Fenway Park the last couple of nights, right? You remember, was it Sunday where they won 5-4 against the New York Yankees? Same thing last night, 5-4 final against the Toronto Blue Jays. Winners win, right? I always say that if you look, these videos and you go look at my website, I always talk about winners find ways to win, and good teams find a good way to win all the time. And don't expect bad teams to win, right? That's one of my things. I did a video on that as well. Toronto Blue Jays, 128 favorite here today. The over-under at 10.5. ATS forecast, computer pick. Gonna lead with Robbie Ray and the Toronto Blue Jays. 6.03, 5.37. The over-under here is set at 11.4. Garrett Richards going to get the nod here for the Bull Sox. And looking at the Boston Red Sox on a 2-game win streak, Their last 5 games I've gone under the total, but you know what? Robbie Ray's having a really good year. In fact, when I look at his numbers, 8-5 on the season, a 3.12 ERA. I might give T.O. a bit of a little look here today. Chicago Cubs taking on the Cincinnati Reds. This was a back-and-forth affair last night. What a great baseball game. Unfortunately for us, Cincinnati was our 5-star best bet, but we didn't cash that ticket. But we did cash our underdog play with the Seattle Mariners. And we hit our 2-team parlay. We needed a bit of luck, but we got her done with Boston and Philadelphia. That was our members' picks on the 2-team parlay. And today, minus 175 is the line here on Chicago. Plus 103 was my number. So way overvalued here today for Adbert Alzolay against Vladimir Gutierrez. Should be an interesting pitching matchup right here. I thought, Gutierrez looked pretty good in the early season. Last couple starts, not so much. Cincinnati now on a 2-game slide. And when you look at the Reds' record on the season, 25-23 on the road. 51-49 on the season, so 2 games above 500. 7 for Chicago, 5.5 for the Reds. The over-under at 12.5. Maybe the over is something you want to consider here. What's the Kogo? Kogo at 51%. I like that. It's right near the medium mark, right? Arizona taking on the Texas Rangers. Now the Rangers are 143 chalk. The over-under set 8.5. ATS forecast, computer pick. Gonna lean with the Arizona Diamondbacks and Taylor Widener over Dane Dunning. 4.02, 3.82, the over-under at 7.84. And looking at some of the numbers here, misery loves company, right? You look at Texas, 35-65 on the year. Arizona, 31-70. Both these teams, respectively. Arizona, how do you support a team that only has 12 wins on the road this season? 12-40. Texas, 22-25. And again, go to the fundamentals. Maybe Texas gets the money here. I'll have to look into it some more. All right, Chicago taking on the Kansas City Royals. And this one thing with the Chicago White Sox, a little bit of a Jekyll and Hyde syndrome with this team, right? They got the best home record in the bigs at 35-17, but they're only hitting 500 on the road, 24-24. And Kansas City, 6-game win streak. Break out the ticker tape parade for Kansas City. They're on a 6-game win right now. But Brad Keller going to go up against Dylan Cease here today of the Chicago White Sox. We do like the White Sox in this one, 5.1 to 4.02. The over-under is set at 9.12. The bookmakers got them listed at 137. My number on this game was minus 178. So a bit of value here today on Dylan Cease and the White Sox. Detroit taking on the Minnesota Twins. Now the Twins winning last night 6-5 against the Tigers. Tyler Alexander going to go up against Kenta Maeda. Maeda's not having a really good year. 5-11 when he starts for Minnesota, and he is 4-4 in a year. Not bad when you consider he's not having a really good season. And a 4.63 ERA. That's a bit high. Detroit now on a 4-game lose streak. They had that great series at home, and then they went on the road in Kansas City, now Minnesota. So they got to find the W again, the W column. And Minnesota at home this season, 24-28, where the Tigers are 19-33 on the road. Colorado taking on the LA Angels. Now the Angels going to send Jose Suarez to the hill against Austin Gomber of the Colorado Rockies. Rockies, looking at their numbers right now, only 10-37 on the road this year, 43-57 overall. And when you look at the starting pitchers here, Gomber, they're 8-8 in his starts, but 5-11 to the under. And Suarez, the only couple of starts here this year. Computer pick going to go with the LA Angels, the Halos, 5.5 to 5.4. The over-under at 10.9. And that is based on 33 previous games in the database. Colorado now on a 3-game losing streak, while the Halos are on a 3-game win streak. Game of the night will be in San Francisco between the Dodgers and the Giants. You got Logan Webb up against Julio Urias of the LA Dodgers. They're 15-5 in his starts, but look at this, 14-5-1 to the over. I'd have to look at the numbers to see where those overs are, if that's run support or he's just getting caught in those run games, and the total is 7 or 7.5, right? Minus 120 is the line here on the Dodgers. The over under set at 8. ATS forecast, computer pick, gonna lean with the San Francisco Giants. The Giants having a really good season. Looking at their home record, 31-15 at home this year, 62-37 on the overall, and 4.3 to 3.94. The over/under at 8.26. So it does like it to go over the total, and your Kogo's at 51%. My line on this game, the value index for LA minus 189, but I also had 179 minus 179 for the Giants. So the value does lie with the LA Dodgers. Houston taking on the Seattle Mariners, man. I'm an East Coast guy. I went to bed last night, and Houston was up by 6-0 in the first inning, and I thought that was all she wrote. And then let the dog out this morning, check the score, and there you go, 11-8 final for Seattle. And I've been riding. If you're a member of ATS, I've been riding Seattle a lot. And go with the girl brought you to the dance type thing, right? That's the mentality you gotta have. And Seattle, all they do is make you money. So why get off that gravy train, right? So again, that was our underdog special last night. Our upset was on the Mariners, and sure enough, they got the win. It's going to be a little tougher here today against Lance McCullers Jr. and Chris Flexen going for the Mariners. But you know what? Flexen's been flexing his muscle on the bump. He's 13-6 when not overall or his record, but the team is 13-6 when he starts. 10-9 to the over. He's 9-4 with an ERA of 3.35, and Lance McCullers Jr. 7-2 on the year, 3.04 ERA. So could be a low-scoring affair. What's the total? 8. And my line on that game was 7.42. The Kogo 48. Maybe the under might be worth a look here tonight. 3.94 for Houston, 3.48 for Seattle. The over-under at 7.42. Only 23% chance of winning. And again, going back to that question from that client, that's because they're on a 4-game win streak, where Houston now on a 1-game losing streak, but 36% meaning their season total. Because the way I calculate my chance of winning is based on small cycle and long season cycles, and then I put my formula to apply the formula, and that's how I spit out the chance of winning. All right, the last game of the night will be at Petco Park in San Diego between the Padres and the Oakland Athletics. Now, Caprilin is going to go here for the Oakland Athletics. He'll be up against Chris Paddock of the San Diego Padres. Caprilin. I think it's Caprilin, his name. I always get mixed up. I always say Caprilin, but it's Caprilin. And let me see, Oakland now on a 3-game losing streak. They got swept by the Seattle Mariners over the weekend. And for San Diego, coming off a 9-3 loss to the Miami Marlins. Man, you don't want to be losing to the Miami Marlins, right? And looking at San Diego at home this season, 33-19, where Oakland is 26-21 on the season on the road. And looking at the computer pick, 3.9 for San Diego, 3.7 for the A's. The over-under at 7.64. And looking at both starting pitchers, 11-7 record for the Padres when Paddock goes, and the A's are 7-5 when Caprilin goes for the Oakland Athletics. All right, everybody loves these. Trends are your friends, and let's see if we have any friends here for today, July 27th, in the Raymond Report. Now, this is our 80% Club stats, and if you are a member of ATS, you get access to these numbers. All you got to do is go to your dashboard, go to 80% Club stats, and what you see is what you get right here. And 22-1, the Astros are as a 140-160 road favorite, coming off an American League West division opponent the last 4 seasons, so could be a nice spot here today for the Stros. Twinkies are 14-1 as a 200-220 home favorite against American League Conference opponent. And I'll just tell you right off the hop, I'm not laying 200 or anything on any team that has a losing record in baseball. Dodgers 13-1 as a pick'em to 120 road favorite, coming off 200 since 96. That's a pretty solid stat. I wish there was a little bit more occurrences. 14 is not bad though. Let me take a look at some of the other ones down here. I always like those current season ones. Royals 9-1 as a 120-140 home underdog, coming off a win versus a left-handed pitcher the last 10 years. So that's solid right there. And any current season stats? I always love the current season stats. Let me go down here. Here we go. Dodgers 14-3 as a away team, coming off a win over not a division opponent this season. And let me see if there's any more. Just going to scroll down here. The under 8-2 for the Yankees in the away team the month of July this season. So obviously the last 27 days on the road. They've only had 10 road games. And the Blue Jays, let me see, the Blue Jays 8-2 as a 120-140 favorite, coming off a game where they scored 4 runs in their last game in the last 6 seasons. So Toronto Blue Jays 8-2 as a 120-140 road favorite, coming off a game where they scored 4 runs in their last game. That's the last 6 years. And those are your trends today for July 27th, a Ruby Tuesday. Hopefully your Ruby Tuesday is going well. Again, folks, don't forget you get my 5-star best bet, my 4-star over-under play of the day, the system play of the day, the 2-team parlay, the dog of the day, and sometimes we release one 10-star game of the week. And maybe I might go today. I don't know. We'll see. Check when I do the handicapping. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages, then get 20% off your next membership package by using promo code FB21. I got it right this time. FB21, and get 20% off your next membership package right here at atsstats.com. And like my t-shirt says, for those about to rock, we salute you. Cheers.